Gay okay, it's Dion here. This video has been heavily requested, so I figure why not? My 4-year transformation video, a kind of a timeline of my bodybuilding career or fitness career. I don't think I'm a bodybuilder yet, but I will be one day. I guess men's physique dude, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, this is basically a timeline of it. It's going to start from 2014 to actually 2015 to 2019 because I don't consider 2014 a part of my, fitness career. I'm just showing y'all pictures to kind of give you a view of what I was doing and what I was looking like before I even started lifting weights. And as you can see, I was a skater. I skated a lot. My nutrition was basically like you see in this picture here. I would drink like Moscato and have a cake and go skate and then come back in the house and have a Hot Pocket and some Kool-Aid, and I really knew nothing about nutrition. And yeah, this is 2014. It's basically like pictures on the beach and stuff like that. And that barbell was my version of working out. It was just always in my house. And I would go and just do bicep curls and be like, yeah, I did a workout. And I did that on days I didn't skate. Well, not with any thought of like I wanted to be a bodybuilder or nothing, but I just did it. And this pic is actually my first picture outside of a gym in Tampa. Is when I first started to work out. I was at a basketball court. I was homeless. This is a long story. But I was homeless in Florida, and a guy came up to me, was like, man, you should really start working out. You look like you got a physique. So I was like, whatever, I guess. He got me a membership. It was free. The gym was like 3 miles up the street from, where I was staying, or the area I was staying, It's a long story. But anyway, I would walk to that gym and just work out every day. I mean, it was the only thing to do. It just got broken up by this girl. My confidence was low. I just needed something to take my mind off it before I fucking killed myself or something. But yeah, this is actually in Retroflex Fitness. I was just in there doing some barbell curls. Actually, some preacher curls, actually. And then in 2016, I went back home to Baltimore. And I liked the gym. So I was like, man, I might as well just keep doing it. And this is kind of like a beginning pic of my my physique. I like to take pictures and kind of document everything that I did in a way, because I knew like this is something I really wanted to do for a while, and I wanted to have pictures from like day one to now. And this is actually at Planet Fitness 2016. Just me doing some tricep pull downs. I would go and watch YouTube videos and just kind of just learn from them. Like I knew nothing about it, and I started watching this guy Ross Dickerson and just kind of learn from him and just Google whatever I wanted to know. And this back shot right here is actually funny because I never really trained back my first 2 years of training because I couldn't see it, so I didn't give a fuck. And you'll see how that comebacks and haunts me later in my career. And this is my first chest pump. It was a little something, but hey, we got some Smith machine squats. To all the people that say I don't do leg day or haven't ever did leg day, I have a lot of leg days. Worked really hard. And yeah, 2016 was my first year. And your first year lifting, your gains are kind of rapid, So I started eating better, mostly like tilapia. I'm from Maryland, so we always got seafood in the crib. So it was always tilapia or some bull in a bag rice. I didn't know how to cook the other rice. So basically tilapia, shrimp, crabs, all seafood kind of stuff. Maryland living pretty much, and as you can see, I actually started to gain a bit of size, especially in this picture right here. Yeah, I put on a good amount of size, and this is near the end of 2016. I was living out of Perry Hall, Maryland with my cousin, and it was actually, I was looking decent, and I actually moved to Kentucky at the end of 2016. This had to be like November, and as you can see, I lost a lot of size. I didn't have any food when I first moved there. And only thing I can afford was eggs and rice, and I had no way to get to the gym. And Kentucky's really spread out, so I basically had to ride a bike 10 miles back and forth to get to the gym. It was good cardio, and I figured it out. But as you can see right here, I got a lot of my size back that I lost just from the beginning stages of living in Kentucky. But anyway, fast forward to 2017. I started looking all right. Look at me, actually starting to look like, oh, this guy lifts. If you just look at me like, yeah, he goes to the gym, that wasn't really, something somebody would say to me as, before this. But anyway, 2017, I was looking good. You see my back is weak as hell. But besides my back, I had a decent physique for, only working out for about year and a half, 2 years, I would say at this point. And crazy things started happening to me. Shit, girls started liking me. I mean, I know I'm like 20 around this point, but for the first time in my life, like girls started approaching me, like coming to me, sliding in my DMs and stuff like that. So that was dope. I mean, I didn't really know how to handle it. I started growing a beard, and everything just started going crazy. I'm lifting weights, so my hormones are elevated, and yeah, I started kind of not partying, but I started doing like a lot of college things. As you'll see in this next slide right here. I started like going to tailgates and getting fucking wasted. I was living it up. I had my new body. Shit. Alcohol was, something really new. I never really drank alcohol. It would just be like wine and shit like that. So yeah, with my newfound body and attention from the girls, I was going crazy. I still wasn't really taking lifting seriously. I loved it. It's something that I did like every day. But I never tracked anything. I never weighed myself, and I just went by the look, and I could eat whatever I wanted and just look like this. But 2018 comes, and I'm like, man, I feel like I'm just doing this for nothing. I should like do a show or whatever. So I set a show date. I got a coach, which I mean, yeah, people kind of iffy if you should get a coach or not. But anyway, I got a coach, and at the beginning of the diet, things were, it was all right. The cravings weren't too crazy, but after a while, I was just like, man, fuck this. I want to eat pizza and just everything. And my coach at the time, he never gave me like a cheat meal or anything, and it was just killing me. And I started feeling like really insecure. I felt like so small. Like when I was holding my fat that I had before the cut, I actually looked good with it. I was like 11% body fat, but I looked great. And this is actually the leanest I got right here. I was about 190. And after that, I was like, fuck it, I'm starving. So I told myself that I was quitting the show and I was going to bulk up and do classic physique. Really, it was a bunch of reasons. It's not just because I wanted to do classic physique. I was just like over it. I didn't want to diet anymore. It was making me go crazy. And after that cheat meal, I was just like, man, I just ruined everything. And I was just like, fuck it. So anyway, after that, I just was like, I'm going to get big. And as you can see, I started eating like crazy. Not just junk, but, kind of the right things. You see me right here. I was benching 315 for reps. Fucking easy. And, shit, life was great. And, yeah, 2019 comes around. And I'm like, man, I'm big. I feel like I put on a decent amount of muscle. And this time when I cut down, I'll actually feel more confident about myself. Because when I cut down and you lose that body fat and you really see how much muscle you got, you just... it's different than, just always bulking and thinking you're huge. Trust me, you're not that fucking big. Once you cut down that body fat, you see who you really are. But anyway, 2019 comes around, and I'm like, man, I'm going to do a show again. I knew the mistakes I made last time. I switched up coaches, took training a little seriously. I mean, I was taking it serious before, but I was like, man, this time I'm really do my thing with it. So I started dieting down. As you can see right here, I was probably about 225s, looking fucking phenomenal, and I was strong as hell. How'd you get so strong, Dion? Chicken breast. As you can see, I was incline benching 120s like it was nothing. Like before, this was hard as fuck, but I muscled up, started taking things seriously, and around this time, this was the strongest I was during the entire prep. Like as time went on, you get weaker because you're losing body fat, and I don't know, just when you cut body fat and shit, dieting it down, you're not as strong as you are when you start. But I started looking better and better. Like yeah, I was looking like a fucking action figure. And around this time, I was looking great. I had just shaved my chest and my stomach. I put some oil on before I came to the gym. I was looking good. I was feeling good. I was feeling good about going to the show. And around this time, some weekend, I just said fuck it all, and I went to the store and I bought like mad tasty cakes, and I was just killing it. Every cheat meal I would have, I would overdo it, which I shouldn't have, and which is the reason I feel like I could have looked way better in this show if I went and did that. But you live and you learn, and you're not cheating anybody but yourself. So show day came around, and I placed in for the show. It wasn't too bad. I had to get first or second just to qualify for another show for nationals, to get in line to compete for my pro card. And yeah, here's me on stage. Don't be like me. I didn't practice posing or any fucking thing like that. I look awkward as hell. I thought this clip was a little slower, but whatever. But yeah, that's me on stage looking alright, I guess. I really don't even go back and look at these pics because I don't think I looked that good. I could have looked a lot better if I just would have not cheated and did stupid shit on my fucking diet. But yeah, I placed second overall and first in my class, and this is after the show out in LA. I think I looked the absolute best in my life. Waist was tight. I looked better on this day than the show day. Waist was tight. Shit, everything. Check me out. And this is kind of like right now. You know, I didn't get too big. Obviously, the waist ain't the same size, but hey, it is what it is. I gotta make them back improvements and get better. But anyway, that was my 4-year transformation, or 5, whatever you want to call it. And I hope this maybe inspired a lot of people to keep pushing towards their dream and fitness and keep grinding. But whatever I can do to motivate somebody. But anyway, I'm out of here. It's Dion. I'll catch you later.